Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back with another reaction. Today we're going to be checking out my boy Jelly Roll. This is Jelly and Skylar Gray passed yesterday. I've been laying off of the reactions for a while because I was feeling too judgy. I wasn't feeling like I need to be, right? This is about us understanding things. This is about us coming to a positive conclusion. And the last couple that I tried before I took my break, I was just feeling too judgy about it. So I don't want to feel judgy. I want to feel like we are doing something. And so we're going to dive back in and see what's up and check out my boy Jelly, because that is a good place to get back started. Let's dig in.
Don't judge me if I get too high tonight. My journey's in yours.
It is so fun. Like, I haven't listened to this. I have been avoiding music for the last couple of weeks. It's funny that this is what it starts with. Don't judge me. Like, that's where I was. I was really, like, I was watching and I'm like, man, I have been over this so many times. I just feel like I'm judging people. And so this is absolutely the best place to start back. Thank you, Chris.
Don't judge me if I get too high tonight. My journey's in yours, it's only mine. The damage has been done, so this I pray. God, give me the strength to get myself past yesterday.
I just did a video on my short, right? Like, you have to learn, right? It is about accepting the past and letting that shit go. It is about not going back and picking it up. I have been the guy addicted, right? I don't talk to y'all from something that I don't know about. I have been the guy who was stealing pills from the people that loved him. I've been the guy that was lying to the people who loved me so that they wouldn't know. I have been the guy who was just too high. I have been the guy with my daughter in the bouncy seat next to me after I had just blown through an entire ball in 6 hours. I'm that guy. I'm on the other side of that, and I'm letting you know that there is hope on the other side of that. You can get on the other side of that, but you cannot get back on the other side of that if you are continuously going back to the past. If you're going back and picking up that baggage, you're not ever going to get better. You have to learn to go back, sit there, cry, scream, yell, rage, whatever it takes to get that emotion out of you, get that poison out of your soul. And then you got to let that shit go. And I'm not saying that in a judgy way, y'all. I promise you, I have been spending the last couple of weeks getting my mind right so that we can do this together, right? I am changing my life in positive ways. I am taking the steps forward. And the first step that I had to do was to go back and go through all of the shit that happened to me in my childhood. I had to go back and pick through all of the bad choices that I made and walk through all of the things that I did wrong and understand that, and then go through all of the things that other people did wrong to me and understand that. And that is hard. It is really hard, but you can do it. And when you do it, you come out the other side and you don't get too high. You come out the other side and you're not searching for the drink. You come out the other side and you're like, fuck them pills. You come out the other side and maybe you want to train for a marathon for the first time in your life. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe that's what happens, crew.
Her mom and daddy trusted that neighbor she grew up with. They were working days and nights, so took her home from school sometimes. One day when she came home, it looked like she saw what goes. She snuck up to her room to cry, with a lifelong scar to hide.
Oh, yes, indeed. That's where we are. If you don't know my story, I am that, right? I am that. I'm not looking at somebody else's story and relaying that to you. I tell you about me, right? I have been that. I have been that right there.
Young enough for princess posters. Suddenly she's lifetimes old. He stole the innocence from her before she knew the meaning of the word.
Wow, y'all. That's where I was. Just starting kindergarten. About to start kindergarten.
Hours in the shower steam. She still never felt clean.
Come on.
When she curls into a ball. Some things you can't wash off.
Don't judge me if I get too high tonight.
Like, I'm not going to walk through the whole thing again, right? This isn't the spot for that. Go back and check out the origin story if you want to see how to get through this, right? I have been there, and I walked through the darkest, dirtiest parts of humanity because of it, right? I have been there at 5 years old, and it didn't stop then, right? And so when I tell you that it is possible to get on the other side of that, it is possible. You have to do it, though. It is work. It is hard. It is so fucking hard, but you can do it. I promise you, you can. I promise you that it's better on this side of it. I promise you that, right? I have been the guy hiding everything behind the chemicals. I have been that dude. I don't want to be that dude, right? I am doing new things with my life, and I love it. And I want that for every single one of you. I do. For the people who watch me, right? If you're watching me, you have been through the shit. Like, chances are you have been through something similar. Or you've dealt with abusive parents, or you've dealt with addicted parents, or like a whole myriad of really bad things, right? And you're looking for something better. I got something better for you. God's got you. You just have to go to him. And I'm not talking about the control systems. All of these people out here hitting you in the head with a book. That's not what I'm about. And if you don't know that, you ain't been around for a long time. But stick around. I will show you that. God's got you. He can get you through this. I promise you, because I have walked through it. I have been through the mud. And I can tell you, it is possible to come out the other side of it. It is possible to come out the other side and the mud don't even stick to you no more. It is possible. I love this, by the way. Y'all know if I'm stopping and talking about it, it is because I love it and I feel it and we can relate to it. It is something that we can talk about, right? That's why we do this.
A few lies of past you can take. Neither one of them I could blame. Finding ways to overcome. Finding ways to keep her numb. I pray that y'all right that wrong. And I praise that girl to carry on. Cause you ain't the hell that you've been through. You're more than what's been done to you.
Don't judge me if I get too
high tonight.
My journey's in yours, it's only mine.
It's yours. It is your journey, but I am here to walk it with you. I am. I really am, y'all. Like, y'all. I wish I could show you how much it hurts me to hear this stuff. I wish I could let you know just how bad it makes me feel that I am not already helping people change their lives, right? And I know. We are, right? We are here. People are still here because of what we do here. And that's why I am continuing to fight on, right? I've changed, and I want you to have what I have. I want you to be able to see how different it is on this side. Like, this literally breaks my heart, y'all. Like, this is why I want the school. That's like, this is what the school is for.
You're broken and scared. There's no one by your side. Still all your angels are there. At your lowest of lows, when life's been cruel and unfair, I just hope that you know all your angels are there. All your angels are there.
Don't judge me if
I get too high tonight. I love it. This was the perfect one to kick it back off on, y'all. Like, I really was just feeling too judgy, right? It was going into singing about addiction, and I'm like, man, don't make that choice, right? And it is a choice. I don't care if you don't like that, right? As somebody who has been multiply addicted over a decade, right? I can tell you it is a choice. Every single time that you're using, you are choosing. And you don't have to like that. It is a simple fact of life. I don't like it, right? I didn't like it. Somebody told me that shit. I'm like, bullshit, right? But it was me making a choice to try and numb the pain. Instead of dealing with the pain, instead of digging down into the root cause, instead of understanding why, right? And it was a nasty process. I hated every second of going back and digging through the dirt inside my mind. I didn't like having to go back and root cause and figuring out what happened to me as a child and how that spiraled through my life. But now that it is out, the poison is gone. Right? I don't feel that bitterness and that resentment anymore. I don't feel the desire to run out and do whatever substance to hide it or to perform whatever act to justify it. Right? That's what my life was for a long time. It is so much better on this side. And that's not me judging. That's me caring. I love you, right? I don't know you. I don't know most of the people, right? But I love you. I love you because you are a child of God, and I want you to see the bright light on the other side of that dark tunnel. And it's not the light of going home. It's the light of making home. This is my home. This is where I live, and I refuse to live in the darkness anymore. I refuse to allow these substances to rule my life anymore. I refuse to let the trauma of my childhood hold me back from reaching my potential. I fucking refuse. I don't want it. I don't want it. I am done with that. And that's really the attitude that you have to take. And you have to go back and sit in them emotions. And it sucks. It's going to suck for a half hour or for an hour while you're sitting there bawling, trying to figure out why some man would have this desire for that thing. Right? It is a tough thing to figure out. But it's not your fault. That shit happened to you, not because of you. It's not you, it's them. And that goes all the way through it. And it wasn't them, it was me. When I was the one doing the horrible things, right? It wasn't them, it was me. It was this. It was me being fucked up. It was me not understanding my own mind. It was me not realizing my own trauma and not embracing the fact that I can overcome that. I am so much better these days that it is hard for me to even relate to the person I used to be. And that's a wonderful thing, but it kind of sucks because that's what made me feel like I was judging. Right? That's what made me feel like I was casting too much aspersions, doing too much, thinking too much about the situations. And I don't want these artists to think that I'm attacking them. I don't want you to think that I'm attacking you, but I come off a little bit aggressive sometimes. It's just part of how I'm built. I'm very direct, and I want to just tell you, you can do this thing right here, and you can fix it. And that sounds awfully trite. It sounds really, really fucking conceited to say, I can help you fix yourself. I can help you show yourself what is wrong inside of your mind. I can help you to understand why you keep choosing this fucking substance. And it's not all the trauma. It's not. It's got other things to do. And I got a whole playlist dedicated to that, so I'm not going to dig into it. But I'm here for you in the most real way that I can possibly be. I'm asking for greater responsibility so that I can help more people. Every step that we take on this channel is goal oriented to helping more people. I want to show everybody the honest, true love of God, and it ain't got nothing to do with that book. You can overcome all of these things, every single one of them, and it doesn't matter what it is. It does not matter how bad it was, because quite honestly, I have walked through probably some of the worst of it. Now, that's not to say that it was the worst ever on the planet. I'm sure there are people who have had worse, but I'm right up there on that fucking list. I guarantee it. And if you don't believe me, go back and check out the origin story, right? I cut out so much from that, and it is still something that people are like, what? It sounds like a movie, because honestly, if I sat down and told you from front to end, you wouldn't believe me. It led into addiction for pills. It led into addiction for coke. It led into addiction for meth. It led into addiction for sex. It led into more addictions than I can even count. Violence being very high on that list. You can get over it. It is possible to recover in all the ways. Not just one, not just, well, it's been 24 hours since I used, and that's an important step, so don't discount that. And it's not just, it's been 22 years since I smelled powder. 22 years, y'all. Like, my daughter is 22 years old, and she was in a bouncy seat right next to me the day I quit. And the day I quit, cold turkey, I did a whole ball in 6 hours by myself in the dark overnight while my wife was sleeping so she could go to work and I could sit around and catch my unemployment check. But boy, I was gassed up. You can do it. That's what, if you don't take nothing else away from this, you can do it. You can make the choice today to change your life. You can make the choice today that those substances are no longer part of it, and it's going to fucking suck. It is. You're going to get the shakes. You're going to sweat. You're going to stink. You're going to draw up and be miserable. Your muscles are going to cramp. You're not going to be able to sleep. You're going to have terrible dreams when you do sleep. You're going to remember all kinds of things that you were trying to forget. But if you can work through that, it's wonderful. Right? You can raise 2 kids who never knew any of that shit. None of it. Right? My children don't even know what it's like to be in that life, to be around that life. That is one of the best blessings that ever happened in my life. And it started with an 8 ball of cocaine in 6 hours. It started with me realizing that I am the piece of shit. My child is right here in a bouncy seat. And I'm right here snorting cocaine. That's what it took from me. It was for me to look at this and be like, what am I even doing? Do I want to be this? And I don't. And it sucked. Like, it was really nice to be able to do the things. I was getting powder cheap, y'all. I do things. I know things. I can do things. And so it wasn't hard. I was getting powder cheap. And I was blowing through it just as fast as it was coming in. You can change. You can make a new life for yourself, but you've got to fucking want it. You've got to decide. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to help you. I'm going to try every single step I can possibly do to show you that God loves you, that He wants you to have the best out of your life every fucking time. Like, everything that is good in your life, that can be good in your life, can be. You can make it. All of the dreams, the things that you think are out of your grasp, you can do them. And if you don't believe that, look at my boy Jelly Roll, right? He's going to have to change his name to Pop-Tart because he's losing all the jelly. He's out there doing the thing. He's out there going above and beyond. He is pushing himself to the limits. He is exercising diligently. He is working hard to change his life, and you can see it in his face. You can see it in his demeanor, not even looking at his size. You can see it in the way that he carries himself. He's getting healthier. I love it. It's the same journey that I'm on, and I love it. I love every step along the way, and I cannot wait to see Mr. Jason DeFord walk his whole marathon. Maybe I can join him up. And that's when we're going to wrap this one up. Hopefully, I brought a little bit of help. Hopefully, I brought a little bit of encouragement and not too much judgment, because that is not the goal. Jelly, Skylar Gray, thank you so very much for this. It is great music. And so many people can relate to this. I can. I have walked there. I have been that person, right? I don't pull things out of my ass. I don't talk about the things I don't know. I know this fully and with my whole chest. You can recover. We do recover. It's been 22 years. I can still smell the powder sometimes, but I ain't smelled the powder in years. And that is a blessing. It is a wonderful blessing. To the crew. Y'all make sure y'all get back over to Jelly's page and show some love. Give him a like, share, and a sub. Throw him a comment. Let him know that you appreciate what he is doing. And if you like what I'm doing over here, do the same thing for me. Give me a like, share, and a sub. Throw me a comment. If you agree or disagree, if it remains respectful, it gets to remain up. And yeah, if you really like what I'm doing, hit me with that super thanks. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you were here with me. And I am praying for you every single day. Until next time, I love you. God loves you. You are perfect, whole, and complete, just the way that you are. And this has been Pitt's Take. Peace.